after 26 years and 1,155 episodes, the first season of One Piece is over. So, for those of you who haven't watched One Piece, good time to catch up. 3 months is a lot of time. I personally watched it in like 4 months. So I think 3 months is feasible. But dude, I gotta say, this last episodes were just so freaking amazing. And the episode that just came out made me so freaking emotional. Like, it was so freaking heavy for me personally that the weekly airing is literally over. It kind of feels like One Piece is literally going into a whole other phase. Like, I can promise you that the One Piece that we're going to see going forward, it's probably not going to be the One Piece that we are used to. It's like a transitional phase. Like, listen, we're not going to get a time skip, but it kind of feels like that. But watching Egghead and actually reading it in the manga as well, this freaking last episode, like, I felt grief, I felt happiness, I felt sad, I felt every single emotion that you can possibly have. And not gonna lie, I am in a lot of pain right now. So I don't know how I'm going to feel when the actual anime literally ends. Because when that day actually comes, not gonna lie, I kind of would feel like that I have actually lost one of my closest friends or family members, you could say. Because I don't know about you, but One Piece helped me go through a lot in my life. Like, I can understand that you might say this is cliche as fuck, but it kind of saved me in the worst moments of my life, and it kind of did change my life genuinely. Now, I have to say this. The Egghead arc was so freaking amazing. Like, I know some people didn't like the beginning parts of the Egghead, or some people even have problems with the later parts, like the Gorse or all of that. But for me personally, the moments that we got to see in Egghead with this amount of episodes were just extraordinary. We got to see Vegapunk, the literal guy that has been foreshadowed for hundreds of episodes. We got to see Lucci versus Luffy after so many freaking years. We got to see Law versus Blackbeard. We got to see Kid versus Shanks. And most importantly, we got to see Garp go all out. Like, in the entirety of One Piece, if there was one character that I would say I wanted to see go all out, it was Garp. And yes, I have read the manga. I know what it is about to come. So listen, we Garp fans, we ate good this past year. Or for example, even after that, like the Luffy versus Kizaru, the Kuma backstory. Like, I can confidently say that Kuma's backstory was literally the best backstory until now in the entirety of One Piece. Like, in every aspect. And listen, me saying that it's not is not the same as saying that the other backstories are bad. No, it's far from that. They are so amazing, but it's like comparing a 9.8 with a 9.9, or for example, a 10. Listen, I genuinely think that Oda was actually wasted or high when writing the Kuma backstory because, oh boy. And so many side characters that we actually knew in the like One Piece world actually got more like character development in this arc. Like, for example, Kizaru, or I don't know, like Sentomaru, or heck, even Kuma. Like, when Kuma was introduced in the story of One Piece, who would have thought that at some point he was going to get character development like this? Like, Oda has such a taste in like picking just the most random side characters and making them one of the most important factors in the story. For example, the characters that we saw in like Shabodi, like Kid, Law, Bonnie, at first Oda did not have any plan for them whatsoever. because literally a few weeks before like writing the story of Shabodi, he just thought to himself, okay, how can I spice things up, Then he introduced them. And now they literally are one of the most important factors in the story of One Piece. Listen, Oda, what can I say? Like, his pen game for side characters is just on a whole other level. Because, for example, in Egghead, he made a literal robot that we have not seen whatsoever in the entirety of One Piece. And he was only around for like a couple of episodes, become one of the OGs of One Piece. Like, Emmett has a spot in my heart now. Like, I don't understand how he can make a character so precious to you in so little time. Listen, some shows can't even do that in multiple seasons. And Oda's out here doing it in like one episode or, for example, 2 episodes at best. And of course, we got to see Joy Boy. After 1,155 episodes, we got to see Joy Boy. Now you can say it was only a silhouette of him, but we got to see the voice actor, we got to see him talk, which gotta say, the original voice actor of Luffy was such an amazing choice for Joy Boy. It is really ironic, I know, but it was perfect. And heck, I even like the Seraphim. I know that is kind of like controversial, you could say, but listen, they were fun, okay? Seeing the characters that we just hold in such high regards as kids. And yes, the kids were freaking strong, but still, it was cute, okay? I mean, some parts weren't like cute. I mean, at some points they were kind of like menacing, but still, I liked them. And the fact that all 5 Gorosei actually pulled up on Luffy, listen, it says a lot. Luffy has come a long way. And listen, if I want to give a small gripe to anything related, and that is not just a Egghead related thing, it's a thing in like the general aspect of the situation with the crew. Listen, some of the crew, they need to power up in some way, shape, or form whatsoever, because Luffy, Luffy went up against 5 freaking elders, and he in his Gear 5 was this freaking terrified of Joy Boy's hockey. Like, he did not knew that hockey can go this freaking hard. One Piece fans are always saying like, oh, there are only a few characters who have actually split the sky, or I don't know, like split the clouds in half. My guy, Joy Boy's hockey in a simple rope made the freaking sea split in half. Like, Joy Boy is shaping out to be one of the most amazing characters in all of anime. Like, no joke. Now, what was I saying? I went off track a lot. Yes, the crew members of the Straw Hat Pirates really need to step up their game. I mean, just imagine. Imagine if Robin could actually use hockey. Listen, she would be broken. Like, the only crew members that can actually do something in this level of threat are Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, and you could say Jinbei. The rest of the crew are actually just there for just being there, you could say. I mean, yes, there is that whole thing of, yes, if Nami wasn't there, they couldn't get to Laughdale, or for example, if Frankie wasn't there, they wouldn't have a ship. But still, listen, with the level of threat that they're going to face, they really need to give these like other Straw Hat members some sort of new abilities. And listen, I'm not saying like a time skip or anything like that. I don't know, make Usopp learn his observation hockey, or I don't know, something like that in Elbaf, or I don't know, just give them something. I don't want them to actually be completely out of commission during the final saga, because listen, it would feel bad. Like, it would genuinely feel bad. But listen, man, I genuinely can't wait for Elbaf because I'm just imagining the stuff that we're going to see. Now, I don't want to spoil anything for the anime onlys, but I can promise you this, that after 26 years, and as I said, 1,155 episodes, I witnessed the peak of One Piece in the Elbaf arc. And listen, of course, I would imagine that Oda is probably going to go even beyond that. Like, even, I don't know how, but I would imagine the peak of One Piece would be at its end. But until now, like after so many arcs like Egghead, Elbaf, Dressrosa, like Whole Cake, like Marineford, Impel Down, like all of those arcs, like Water 7, everything, I can confidently say that One Piece peaked itself in Elbaf after all those arcs. Man, I can't wait 3 months, for the love of God. Well, at least this season, it's really stacked, like Jujutsu Frieren, all of those stuff, like Hell's Paradise. So at the time being, I could say the anime season, it's not completely dry, but still, I guess all we can do is wait 3 more months. I want it now, man. I want to watch Elbaf so freaking bad. But either way, that's my rambling about Egghead. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really amazing. But overall, yeah, can't wait for Elbaf. Now, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, the first season of One Piece is over after 26 years. That's about it. Bye!